Hey there, America. This is Ben Goldman coming to you from the Ben Goldman Show, Monday, July 29th, 2019, and I'm bringing you the news. First off, let's start with the horrible tragedy that happened last night at the Gilroy Garlic Festival in Northern California. Last night, a mass shooter broke into the Gilroy Garlic Festival. Allegedly, at least according to the cops initially, he used bolt cutters to get in. They said that there were metal detectors, although a recent report from Fox News from one of the witnesses there said not every location had a metal detector, so this is actually kind of still in question. Unfortunately, either way, the mass shooter went around and managed to kill 3 different people, injuring 15. One of the 3 murdered was a 6-year-old boy named Steven Romero. It's absolutely terrible. His family needs our prayers right now, if we could take a moment to do that. The gunman himself was 19-year-old Santino William Logan. Santino William Logan, a horrible, horrible, crazy person. One of the witnesses at the Gilroy Garlic Festival shouted at him, "Why are you doing this?" And all he said was, "I'm really angry," and kept firing into the densest, most populated crowd. No concern for race, religion, color, political affiliation, sexual orientation, anything like that. This was a crazy person with a gun running around shooting people for fun. It was absolutely horrible. Logan was shot dead by police officers within minutes of the shooting. Unfortunately, that still wasn't enough time to stop the death of those 3 people and the injury of 15 other people. It's horrible. Currently, police are out looking for a potential accomplice of Logan. I'm not sure that there was an actual second shooter. They're not even 100% sure that there was an accomplice, but there are rumors that there was one. Police are searching for them just to make sure nothing else terrible happens. This is horrible. I personally actually am a big fan of the Gilroy Garlic Festival. I used to live up in Northern California. Gilroy Garlic Festival is a lot of fun. Gilroy is a lot of fun as a town. They have a lot of festivals up there, and hearing about this absolutely breaks my heart. Hundreds of thousands of people go to that festival every year. This shouldn't happen. This should not have happened. Logan's a terrible person. God bless these families and everything they've been through. They need all the help they can get from anyone that can get them, because coming off of something like that, it's not easy. It's a very serious thing. As a Las Vegan, as someone that spends a lot of time out in Las Vegas myself, I've met plenty of people that were involved in that mass shooting out here several years ago. And this is not something that can easily be recovered from. So if any of you out there watching this happen to know anybody who was even present at that Gilroy Garlic Festival shooting, please reach out to them. Please do whatever you can to help them. Pray for them, bring them food, bring them water, help encourage them. These people need it. God bless them, each and every single one of them, because mass shootings are sick, terrible, horrible things. This man who shot these people, this monster that shot them, was a vile piece of garbage. And thank God police were able to stop him before he managed to kill more people. Okay, so in slightly better, more positive news, let's go on to the Trump versus Baltimore fight. This weekend, or I should say last Friday, Trump picked a fight with Elijah Cummings, or at least that's what the media would have you think. The reality is Elijah Cummings was threatening to start impeachment proceedings against the president based on Mueller's crazy little testimony the other day, which absolutely led to nothing, by the way. I don't know what Elijah is talking about. Mueller looked incompetent. He didn't say a single thing. He basically read off the report that he could even remember. It seemed like a lot of it he didn't even know about. He didn't know about Fusion GPS. And yet, for some reason, Elijah Cummings is coming out there and like, oh, well, it's time to use this report to impeach Trump. Jerry Nadler's all about it too. But Trump decided to hit back early and tell Elijah Cummings, hey, Elijah, you need to worry about your own Baltimore district. I believe the president's words were he needs to go and fix up his own disgusting rat and rodent infested district. And the honest to God truth is Elijah Cummings' district is a terrible district. It is. He's been there for decades, hasn't done a darn thing with it. Trump called it like he saw it, and then the Democrats and their media friends all came out and tried to label him as a racist over it. as a racist over it, Trump asked, hey, Elijah, what happened to all the money the federal government's given to your district over the years? Shouldn't that have gone to helping it? Apparently that makes you a racist to ask those kinds of questions. Apparently, wondering what happened to all your money, all the disappearing money, makes you a racist. But that's how Democrats treat people. That's what they do. Trump also asked, why isn't Bernie Sanders considered a racist? Because just recently, Bernie Sanders went to Baltimore and he said it's worse than a third world country. By the Democrats' own standards, a criticism of a city like Baltimore should make Bernie racist. But wait, he's not a registered Republican. So of course, why would the media go after Bernie? They love him. Love his socialists. Trump, though, Republican, American. God forbid he criticizes Baltimore. God forbid. This is what they do. They try to twist it on people. Oh, and let's not forget about old Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton jumped in the whole discussion. Al Sharpton tried to paint Trump as a racist himself, in which Trump quickly reminded Al that Al used to ask Donald Trump for favors all the time, and Trump used to do them for him. In fact, even back in the 2016 election, Al went to Trump Tower to apologize to President Donald Trump personally for attacking him publicly. Hey, Al, it sounds like, and these are the words of President Donald J. Trump himself, sounds like you're nothing but a con man, and you'll say whatever you need to get ahead in life, because that's who you are. You are a con man, Al Sharpton, a con man. Al Sharpton is a con man. It's gross, but that's the reality of it. Trump said he would be happy to use his position as president to help Baltimore clean up their districts, to help them improve the quality of life there. All they need to do is come to him and ask. Just say, hey, President Trump, we need X from you. Can you get us X? Can you help us make sure X works? But who knows? Who knows if they'll do it? They hate him because he's a Republican, because he's who he is. I don't know if they'll ever ask him. They should. Baltimore's not in a great spot right now, but this is the world we live in, unfortunately. Next up, we'll cover old Rahm Emanuel. That's right, folks. Old Rahm Emanuel is back. In fact, he's back and he's roasting Democrats same way he did in 2016 when Hillary got her butt kicked by Donald Trump. He actually agreed with what Trump said when Trump tweeted out during the Democrat debate. Hey guys, this is the end of the race. It's all over. You see, Rahm actually kind of agrees with him because Rahm thinks Democrats have gone too far lefty. That's right. He said they need to quit. They need to quit worrying about making sure the Boston bomber has voting rights. They need to stop promising illegal immigrants health care, and they need to quit guaranteeing income for what he said are lazy people who want to sit around and play video games instead of work. Rahm Emanuel's words were that if Democrats want to win, they need to focus on things like making sure that actual U.S. citizens can vote, like making sure that actual U.S. citizens have access to health care, and while making sure that hard-working Americans that have real jobs are getting wages that they deserve and getting tax credits available to them that they know about that can help them save money every year. What a novel concept, Rahm. You're telling Democrats to actually support Americans? But that's not what they do now. Hey, you know what, guys? I don't want to give the Democrats too many advice here, but guess what? Rahm Emanuel got Barack Obama and Bill Clinton in the office, two-time presidential kingmaker right there. Maybe you guys should take his tips. Hillary didn't take his tips. Rahm hated Hillary Clinton, hated her, and Hillary didn't listen to a word he tried to tell her. And you know what she did? She went and lost. She had the media on her side. She had the money on her side. She had celebrities on her side, and she still lost. God, it's this simple. It's this simple. Democrats, listen to me for 1 second. I'm not going to join your side, but please, for the love of God, start supporting American citizens. They're the people that you're supposed to support. God, It's ridiculous, but this is the reality. Okay, so now you folks, I hope you're ready for our 2-minute takedown. Today's 2-minute takedown is going to be Kamala Harris versus Joe Biden. You see, Joe Biden looked pretty terrible in the last Democrat debate, despite the fact that the media and the people up there monitoring the debate were clearly favoring him. Now, that ticked Kamala off a little bit, and when the chance came up for her to paint him as a racist, that's exactly what she did. She went out there and she basically said, hey, Joe, you're a racist because you supported busing and you work with segregationalists. Well, he was against busing. That's like, Joe may be a little bit of a racist. There may be some truth to Kamala Harris's words. We'll see. Joe wasn't happy about it, though. Joe actually said he's going to fight back, despite Kamala Harris's whole routine of, I was the girl. I was the girl who got bused, which is it was a good argument, Kamala. I'll give you that. Absolutely a good argument. Joe said it's time for him to fight back against Kamala Harris, though. And how's he planning on doing that? Well, he's going after her healthcare plans. Now, if you guys didn't see, during the debate, Kamala, I believe she calls herself, was all about universal healthcare. She was going to give healthcare to everyone. You get healthcare. You get healthcare. Hey, illegal immigrant, you get healthcare. That was Kamala's whole plan. But she left the debate, and within minutes, she changed it. She's like, well, maybe people can have some private insurance here and there. Who knows? Why not? Of course, Joe Biden's campaign saw this. She's flip-flopped like 12 times since then, and that's what they're going after her for. They're trying to paint her as someone that can't make policies. And you know what? They're probably right. It's probably part of the reason people don't like Kamala Harris, because she doesn't make policies, she doesn't make decisions, and that's exactly what Joe Biden's going after. The words of Joe Biden's campaigns were, you can't have it all, Kamala, and basically calling her a liar. She's lying to get what she wants, is what Joe Biden's campaign is saying. And this is going to turn into an all-out war. There's no way she's going to let that slide. No way. So she's going to come back hot and heavy in that debate. They're going to clash. They're going to go head-to-head. And you know what? One of them may not show up to the third debate because one of them may lose this week. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, you guys are crazy. You're probably going to knock each other out of the race. Good for everybody else because, frankly, you're not good candidates. Neither of you is a good candidate. Some people like Joe Biden. Not many people like Kamala Harris. Some people sided with her over Joe Biden because they didn't like him. But the reality is Kamala Harris is a weak candidate. Joe Biden's a weak candidate. If either of them get the Democrat nomination, President Donald Trump will probably become president again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been the Ben Goldman Show. Remember to follow me on Facebook at Ben Goldman Show, on Twitter at RealDannyGold, or on Podbean at bengoldman.podbean.com. Looking forward to talking to you guys tomorrow, and have a great day.